As Russia amasses troops on the Ukraine border and Putin talks about invasions and World War III, it is worth contemplating these developments from the viewpoint of Catholic prophecy, particularly the events at both Fatima and Medjugorje. The dangers are real. Last year the President of Russia spoke to a group of Western journalists saying, "You people in turn do not feel a sense of the impending danger. This is what worries me. How do you not understand that the world is being pulled in an irreversible direction? While they pretend that nothing is going on. I don't know how to get through to you anymore." Are today's events leading towards the fulfillment of Catholic prophecy? On August 25, 1991, Our Lady said that Medjugorje is the continuation and fulfillment of Fatima. The visionaries have said that Medjugorje is connected to Fatima and the ultimate goal is to usher in the time of Our Lady's victorious heart. Our Lady at both Fatima and Medjugorje says, "My heart will triumph." Those who have spent time studying the events at Fatima understand that the country of Russia for unknown and mysterious reasons was closely attached to the Fatima secrets. In the second Fatima secret, Our Lady asks that an act of consecration to her Immaculate Heart be made towards Russia. She warned, quite literally, that the consecration could determine the future of the world. Our Lady said that Russia needed to be consecrated or there would be severe consequences. Our Lady said Russia would err if the world failed to act. The consecration was delayed and this led to the rise of atheist communism, and a worldwide attack against Christianity. Then in 1981, just 1 month after the attempted assassination of Pope John Paul II and at the height of atheist communism, Our Lady began to appear to 6 children in the communist country of Yugoslavia. 6 months after that, in October 1981, Our Lady presented the young visionaries an important prophecy that some believe led the Pope to pursue the proper consecration of Russia. Our Lady told the visionaries that Russia will come to glorify God the most, the West will make civilization progress but without God and will act like their own creators. These words from Our Lady were documented by the great Marian expert Father René Laurentin. Bishop Nilica, a close confidant of Pope John Paul II, shared this story with an Italian magazine that brings light to Our Lady's Russia prophecy and why the Pope wanted to move forward with the consecration. The Pope continued to speak, and he showed me a book about Medjugorje written by René Laurentin. He started to read some chapters and he underlined that the messages of Medjugorje are in close relationship with those of Fatima. Look, Medjugorje is a continuation, an extension of Fatima. Our Lady is appearing in communist countries primarily because of problems that originate in Russia, said the Pope, who already took this as a mission of his pontificate. This is why I immediately understood the connection. Then on March 24, 1984, Pope John Paul II successfully completed the act of consecration of Russia to Our Lady's Immaculate Heart. What followed was an astonishing sequence of events as atheist communism collapsed. The Berlin Wall fell and the Soviet Union's flag came down on Christmas Day 1991. So fast forward to today, and to the rising tensions between the United States and Russia, and again we see, in an incredible way, that the prophecies of Fatima and Medjugorje continue to be relevant by predicting the future in an unprecedented way. A Vatican insider, who claims to have read the third secret of Fatima, Father Martin Malachi, in a radio interview with Art Bell in 1996 spoke of Russia in a surprising way that can be construed as confirming the Medjugorje Russia prophecy about a Christian renewal. The salvation for the world will start in Russia. Russia's role in the vision of Fatima is very important because if we're to believe the vision of Fatima, salvation for the world, the cure for the world ills, will start in the Ukraine and in Russia, and that was why the Virgin in the Fatima vision of 1917 was supposed to have spoken actively about Russia, and that Russia first of all has to be cured of her errors and then she will help the entire world to get better and to cure itself of its sins. It's a very bizarre message in that sense because one would have said that salvation was going to come from the West as we always think because we are Westerners, but no, according to the message of Fatima, salvation will come from the East, and particularly, from Ukraine and from the state of Russia itself, which is extraordinary. On a final note, it is important to be aware of Putin's clear words, the importance of Christianity, and his concerns that the West has abandoned its Christian roots. Address by President of Russia Vladimir Putin at the Valdi Forum. We see in Europe and the United States, that is the West, have taken the way where they deny their own roots, including their Christian roots, which form the basis of Western civilization. Faith in God is equal to faith in Satan. The people in the West are actually ashamed of their religious affiliation and are indeed frightened to speak about them. Christian holidays and celebrations are abolished or neutrally renamed as if they were ashamed of those Christian holidays. With this method, one hides away the deeper moral value of these celebrations. And those countries try to force this model onto other countries, globally. I am deeply convinced that this is a direct way to the degradation and primitivation of culture. This leads to a deeper demographic and moral crisis in the West. Russia will come to glorify God the most. The West will make civilization progress, but without God. The Queen of Peace,